federal prison, but he still had it, and that's what counted. If anything, he looked better today. The grueling pace at Merrick Capital had taken a toll on his health and on his midsection. It had taken prison for him to discover a love of exercise. Pumping iron, just like a real convict. The cheap razor nicked him below the ear, and he dabbed at it with a shred of toilet paper. How he missed his old marble countertop of expensive toiletries. Securing even a sample vial of his preferred cologne had taken serious wheeling and dealing. He'd sacrificed a month's commissary to have it smuggled in for today. He unscrewed the cap and knew immediately that it had been worth it. A generous dab on his clavicle and 4 dabs on the inside of his left wrist. It would take a little extra to mask the stench of this place. He rubbed his wrists together and admired himself in the mirror. A passing guard caught a whiff and pulled up short. "What the hell is that smell, inmate?" "Chanel's pour monsieur," Merrick said. "Pour monsieur?" the guard said, mimicking him in a bad French accent. "Well, you smell like a library's abortion. Now hurry up, Cinderella, before you miss the ball." Merrick pulled on his unflattering prison-issue jumpsuit and tried to tailor it in the mirror. To little effect. He'd requested his trial suit to wear for the interview, and had been laughed out of the warden's office. Probably wouldn't have fit him anyway, because he was far trimmer than when he'd arrived. He would need new ones, 15 or 20 to start, and hoped his man on Savile Row hadn't retired. One didn't go changing tailors willy-nilly. At breakfast, Merrick sat alone and picked over what passed for scrambled eggs inside. He didn't like the idea of going into an interview unprepared, but the magazine had rebuffed his request for the questions in advance. As the managing partner of Merrick Capital, he'd given 2 or 3 interviews a week. Journalists had lined up for an audience, and his public relations team had pre-screened the questions, scripting the meeting to show the Charles Merrick brand in the best possible light. It would be a new experience walking into an interview unprepared. But Finance was a fine professional magazine with a first-class pedigree. They would surely send someone competent. He didn't know this Lydia Malkin woman, but she would get her money's worth. He was feeling expansive, and the idea of talking appealed to him. Real talk. It had been so long since anyone had asked him a question that required anything of him. When the hour of his interview arrived, a guard led Merrick into one of the cramped legal counseling rooms. It was bare bones, empty, but for a long table and uncomfortable metal chairs. He'd been in it, or one like it, innumerable times. At the table sat a woman about the age of his daughter, maybe 25. She was scribbling notes on a legal pad. Not all that attractive, even if he were being charitable. Probably an intern sent along to get some experience in the field. Fine. 2 women were always better than one. She put down her pen and stood to greet him. "It's good to meet you, Mr. Merrick." "Will she be long?" "Excuse me?" "Lydia Malkin, will she be long? I don't know how long the guards will give us. They can be unhelpful," he said, as though describing the service at a hotel. "I am Lydia Malkin." She held out her hand. He looked at it and felt his blood pressure rising at the thought that someone had sent this child to interview him. "You're a reporter with Finance?" "I am, yes." "What are you, 20? Have you even finished college?" "I'm 26. I have a master's in journalism from Northwestern." "Do you even know who I am?" "You're Charles Merrick." "Good for you. But I know full well that Finance does not hand 26-year-olds cover interviews." She looked at him with surprise. "I'm sorry if there's been some miscommunication. This isn't for the cover." "I beg your pardon?" "This is a little profile piece. Where is he now, that sort of thing. Since you're getting out soon." "A profile?"